team coverage continues now, and the law firm investigating Stewart believes she may have committed fraud, larceny, and embezzlement.
But they note other people in City Hall allowed this to happen. Who were they? Your chief investigative reporter, Sam Smank, is getting to the bottom of that tonight. Sam.
Well, state police are not only investigating this report. They began their investigations after investigators for Crombie law firm found questionable activity in the revenue collector's office. The city's former collector told investigators Stewart pressured her to allow some citizens a break when paying taxes. Well, that same woman demanded a lifetime pension, and investigators say Stewart gave it to her, knowing it was against the law. They say even more people helped Stewart break the law.
Investigators say Stewart created a unique agreement that would pay her more than $30,000 in tuition reimbursement using city funds. They say even if that had been allowed under city law, the city council would have needed to vote on it. That didn't happen, but the council's president at the time, Christian Rosado, did. This was in 2021. Investigators say at first Rosado did not remember, though he confirmed his signature. He then said he didn't think he needed council's approval. Investigators say it would have been highly unlikely he didn't know. Investigators say Stewart also created an agreement to receive a lifetime pension, something she was explicitly told she couldn't have. Stewart emailed the city's lawyers in 2020 asking about a pension. They told her she would need 20 years of service under city rules. She didn't have that. The report says approximately 30 minutes later, Miss Stewart replied, "Ugh, thanks, LOL." She received a pension anyway. Investigators say she also signed an agreement to receive $150,000 in payouts for unused vacation, personal, and sick time, despite this being against state law. The HR director, Linda Gard, said she went to tell Stewart, and Stewart became angry. The report says, according to Ms. Gard, Ms. Stewart angrily responded that she worked 24/7 for 12 years. She then asked, "Don't you think I'm due this?" She says when Stewart drew up the $150,000 agreement, Stewart said she had already spoken to the city's acting finance director. Investigators say Gard said she was pressured to sign the agreement for this and Stewart's pension because she was afraid for her job.
Like we said, state police are investigating this report, as well as reports Stewart misused her city credit card and directed the revenue collector's office to give breaks to people when it came to paying taxes. Others could face criminal charges, our legal experts say. Your chief investigative reporter, Sam Smink, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.